Guys, here it is. Everybody requested it. Finally, it's out. This is going to be probably a three-part series. It might be four, depending on the time. It just is so much information to go through. But this is going to be the loadout, the master loadout, that everything I use, the tools that I use, why I think they're the best, what I use. You might vary in some of the choices I make for whatever reasons, but this is what I use, what I prefer. Yeah, but before we get into it, just a quick little preview on what is coming up later in the video. This is something I'm offering to the subscribers of the channel. These are I've got three of them available right now. These are Dell laptops. This one is exactly a E6510. There's the specs on it. These laptops will come loaded with. We've got the Mitchell On Demand 5. It's got pretty much all cars, all the way up to 2015 American cars. So, for example, any wiring diagrams or whatnot that you need, like right now, we're under the anti-theft system for a 2014 Camaro, and like I said, this goes up to 2015. So just click on that. There it is. It takes a second to load up. And as you can see, we've got the full wiring diagram for that system. You can zoom in. You can print this out. Shows you the circuits it comes from. Just go up here and select the little hand. You can then drag the picture and scroll and see whatever you need to. Yeah, so you can see where the fuse comes from. These are live. You can click on it, highlight a particular circuit. And like I said, it has everything from 2000, well, I believe the 90s all the way to the 2015. All the domestic cars, some foreign as well. So there's Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, and whatnot. This will also come with all data. And it's got basically the same thing all the way to 2005. So we can go under here. Let's select 2014. By the way, the further back you go, you have, of course, more selections on the information they put. And some of them are similar models. So even though it's like, let's say a 13, it could be valid all the way to a 2016, for example, or 17. Let's do cruise. 1.8, popular platform, I believe. All right, then we go to, we can go to diagrams as well as here. All this information is available. Let's go to exploded view. You can look at component locations, everything. You've got all the information you need. This is all offline. You do not need to be connected to the internet at all. The hard drive in here, I believe, is either 500 gig or up to a terabyte to store all of this. So you'll be able to get to all your information that you need on any vehicle's wiring diagrams you need to look up. Very handy if you don't have access to this. If there's something that's interesting you, I've got, like I said, three of them available. I'm going to put a link up just for the subscribers. You'll be able to securely purchase this through eBay. The battery life on these, I can't guarantee them. They're older models, so usually batteries go out. You could always swap them out if you need to. Batteries for these things are probably can be had for about 20-30 bucks, I would assume. Just look around Amazon or whatnot. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and continue with the video. So any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comments, and stay tuned. It's going to be part 1, part 2, possibly all the way to part 4, depending on how much information I can cram into this short time. All right, this is a quick video, highly requested. I had been planning on making this a while back. This is basically my EDC, right? So everything I would use or carry day to day while I work, depending on what I'm doing, of course, right? The first thing I have I'll talk about is this drill. It's compact, super powerful, the M12. This drill is an Impact, of course. You might can see the model number. It's been through a lot. It's small. I like it. It's lightweight. It has the belt clip. I just clip it right on the side of my hip. you know, right on the belt, and I can walk around with it. If this sometimes get in the way, I just pull this extension out and put it in my pocket. I always keep the 10 mil on there, and also an adapter swivel, if you noticed. Let me kind of show you. Yeah, so it's a swivel, kind of helps in certain spots a little bit. Not really a swivel, but you know what I mean. Anyway, this is one tool. And important is my belt. Every time on my belt, I always have this clip. That's the clip for this holster, basically. So I carry all the essentials I need that I know I'm pretty much going to need, which is, I'm going to have links in the description for all of these things. This is the my clip puller. All right, let me get it out. Yeah, I had to pull it out. I jam it in on purpose into this because I also keep my wrenches on here, my long wrenches. But this is a clip puller. This is available off of Amazon. And I previously had the Snap-ons. One got lost, and you know, these are like 40 bucks a piece through Snap-on. And let me tell you something, this is just as good, just as strong. You can put force on it. It's just as good as the Snap-ons, man. And you can buy this set for the price of just one of these. You get all of them. And of course, this is the primary one I use, so I keep that with me. I keep these wrenches. These are, you don't necessarily have to have this type, but it's convenient for me because I know I can reach, you know, in any space that I need pretty much, unless of course it's too long to get into that space. This is the Mountain. I got these set cheap a while back. It was used. It's the 8 mil side and the 10 mil. And these are, you can use it like this if you want to, you know, you want a flat, or you can have it like this where it extends and fits onto the fastener, and it's ratcheting, of course, right? It's ratcheting. And you can change the direction like that. If you don't know anything about this tool, this is like one of the best wrenches designs on the planet for sure. Anybody that's used them before, they can tell you. They're strong too. They can take a lot of beating, believe it or not. And I keep also 15 and the 13. Yeah. So, and these will fall through this slot. So that's the reason I use the clip puller and jam it in there about that deep. And that keeps these from being able to slide through and fall down. So once I pull out the clip puller, I pretty much pull these out too because they're going to just fall. This pouch, it's Clip Tech, right? Yeah, I believe that's the brand. I'm going to have the link in the description. It has the clip, that's where it basically clips onto my belt. And this can be mounted and released in less than a second. I'm going to show you real quick. So here it is. I just drop it on, you know, and that's it. It's on there. And to remove it, you just squeeze like that. That's it. It's up. So it's very handy when I'm working. If I'm in a place that's probably going to be tight, I just pull it off just like that, set it to the side while I do what I need to do. I always keep wire like this in here, spare, just get it from junk cars or whatnot. That way I can do tests. Sometimes I got to test between 2 points and see if there's an issue with cabling, or you know, maybe I need to supply power or ground or something like that. I always keep wire like this, and sometimes it permanently stays in the car if I repair with it, and I just replace it. And I keep this. It's just a regular pick. The tip is a little broken off. You know, you can get these from Harbor Freight, wherever. They're cheap, about a set for like $1.99. I always keep this one because this is more accessible to use in more locations. Sometimes the straight, you might need the little point, you know what I mean? This is not the normal screwdriver I keep here. My screwdriver got actually buried. But I keep the cheapo Harbor Freight screwdriver, which has 4 different. It has the Phillips and the flathead, and you can pull it out, flip it out, and it has the smaller size, number 2 and number 1. Very handy. This is just in here as a placeholder because I couldn't dig it out. But you know what I'm talking about. I'll put a link. And one of the most important tools, the basic test light, is in here, right? So this of course, I've had videos on this. Go back in my previous videos so you can see just how important that is. And then I keep a pair of snips to cut wires, connectors, whatever I need. And I keep this to strip, a cheapo to strip, wire stripper, and also a crimper if you need be, and a can cut as well. So this is pretty handy as well, and it's flat, doesn't take up that much space. And on the side pouch, I keep needle nose. We all know why you need needle nose. You need to dig something out, whatever. It can cut as well, and some type of crimping here if you need, but definitely is to reach and get those, you know, wires or whatever you need to get to. Very handy. Now on the bottom of the pouch, there was actually this was like a loop right here, and I kept one of these on it, and it literally just ripped after a while because I keep a lot of weight on it. So what I did, I just fastened up to this, which is much stronger. It's a little curved out right now because of the weight pulling on it, but I've got this little clip on here, and I keep, you know, my socket sets on there. So, you know, I got some of them off right now, but I keep that on there. So that always, I'm a minimalist. I do not like to carry toolboxes. I don't like to carry anything. So this just sits on my hip. This sits on my hip, and that's it. And I can pretty much handle most things I need to do, right? I've also got the star socket set. Like I said, some of them I have off. And for some of the oddballs where I need some bigger sockets, I just keep this little pouch. It was like from the dollar store for like $1 or so. And I just keep, you know, some other sockets, like I got a 15 3/4 inch. And also I've got up to 19 3/4 inch. That's because this drill, as small and compact as it is, if you can see just how small it is, it's powerful enough to remove lugs from tires and stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I carry this one. I'm actually more of a Ryobi guy, but this thing, when I first saw it, that was it. I was blown away, and I've had it. I bought it, and I've had it ever since. It's a monster. Plus, it also serves a purpose. If you see my other videos, it's the 12-volt power supply, which is what our cars use. So this also is a portable power supply for your scanner, testing, and all that kind of stuff. So it's multi-purpose, this drill. That's one of the reasons why I picked this platform. Then we have what I have to pull out. Anytime I've got to do soldering, connections or whatnot, this is the tool I use. This thing has been through a lot. I've actually replaced it. It still works. I've used this a lot. I've replaced it with a different model, and I'm undecided. I also always keep things like this in there too. You just never know. And a blade. The blade fell out though. You know, it comes with 3 different tips. It comes with this for, you know, doing your heat shrinking. I also keep flux in here, just as a storage to keep flux when you need it. This one, I have no complaints. It started giving me trouble after, I guess, more than a year or two, where when you try to start it, it actually won't light. You just push this and put down, and then you can lock it. If you hear it, it's gas right now. It didn't light. So there it's lit right now. And it literally heats up in seconds. As you can see, that it's red hot in there already. So, and this also is a stand, so it can sit up like that, right? And you can adjust the flow of the gas to make it more powerful all the way to 4. I pretty much always have it on 1, no more than 2. That's enough. I've noticed also, I don't know if it's because of age or wear, but right now, if I have it to 4, 3 or 4, even try to light it, I can't. It won't ignite, and even I get issues. It could be the age. Like I said, I've had this one for more than a year, probably going on 2. But it was definitely worth the money for what it is. Link will be in the description. And one of the most important tools as well is my probe, right? And this one, I absolutely love it. It's my favorite one out of all the ones. I did a review. Look back in my videos, like and subscribe, and you'll see I did a shootout on a lot of different models, different types. And after more than a year of experience with all of them, I don't touch anything else. This is the only thing I touch. Even if I need to do 5-volt testing. I have another device. I haven't pulled out my other one in more than a year, and I don't plan on ever pulling that thing out. I might as well sell it at this point, to be honest. But this one is the KM50. To me, is the best bang for the buck. And the features you get, I use the oscilloscope feature. Look at my other videos, you'll see more details on that. It's fast and updating to to view circuits to see if a fuse is in and out, doing your testing or whatnot. It came with a standard size probe like this. I also bought the extended probe. It's like 6 inches, I believe, or 8 inches. I'll put a link for that as well, so you can see the difference between the two in size. Super sharp, of course, and you could always sharpen them if they do get dull. I keep an extension like this so that I can plug into the probe and then reach in far places sometimes, like behind intakes. I got to get to a starter. I also keep these type of connectors and back probes. I can, do stuff like this and then connect back probe on wire or inject all kind of different things like that into connectors. I also keep pack of fuses. Anytime if you ever go to the junkyard or you got an old car around, pull the fuses. I got all different types. I've got also bigger stashes in there. This is just a small stash that I keep in this little pouch. I've got a bunch. Another small one, different types of fuses. And of course I keep these taps, right? If you got a piercing probes, you got to pierce into a wire. I keep these as well. These are not the best. This style, of course, is better, the screwing type, but this one hit a it got creamed. It hit a I forgot what it was, but I think power and a ground crossed and completely fried and melted that one. Next, what I keep in my pocket, this is my scanner. This is definitely my most used scanner. I use this for all diag, every single one. It is easy diag, by the way. It's an older model. You cannot really get this anymore. If you do, it'd be probably very expensive and rare. I've had this probably for about 5 years, and I do all diagnostics with this. 99.9%. I do everything with this. I can diag any type of vehicle, activate all circuits, do all kind of tests, whatever. I do it with this. I use different softwares for this. Basically, this is the launch platform, so I do all my diags on the launch platform. Easy diag also Diag Zone I use as well. Nothing against the Autel stuff. As you know, my channel, I have a lot of Autel stuff. I prefer my Autel, like the IM608, for immobilizer work and programming. But when it comes to diag, this is just what I prefer. It's faster. I don't have so many prompts. The Autel works. Sometimes I will break it out occasionally if I want to compare data, right? So if I got a certain reading from the launch side, and then I want to confirm that those readings might reflect as well equally on the Autel, I'll break it out. But that's rare. That does happen. Yeah, this came with a little cover, and I lost it years ago. So it had the normal support here that goes around the reader, but that broke off being in my pocket for years as well, because I keep so much junk in my pocket. And very important, since this is so small, this dongle is so small, I keep this rubber band on here, and it's not to keep this thing together or anything. It's that when I pull it off to use the scanner and I plug this into the car, I put this rubber band on my hand like this. That's because so many times I've left this in cars. I had to drive an hour to go back and retrieve it, or next day it caused me a lot of headaches. So once I have this rubber band on my hand, that means this scanner is connected to a car. So I can't drive off with this rubber band on my hand. I know, like, oh, my scanner, I left it. So that's one of the reasons why, that's the reason why I keep this rubber band on my scanner. Yeah, so I use this with my phone, what I'm actually recording on, my S10, right? So I'm a minimalist, like I said. So this is in my pocket. This is my scanner. It goes with me anywhere I'm at. I have this with me. Doesn't matter where I'm at. Even if I'm at church, this is in my pocket, so I've got my scanner with me 24/7, 7 days a week. No matter if I'm in an emergency situation, whatever, I can break this out. I've helped people on the side of the road because, I started cars and stuff like that because I had my scanner in my pocket. I just, hey, what happened? And just whoop, plug in, and then maybe find the code, reset it, start their car, or diagnose their car for them right there on the side of the road. And being that I always have my phone with me, I've always got a scanner with me 24/7, and one of the most capable scanners on the world. I can do pretty much anything, right? Any car diag, any car, at least that we have here in the States, right? In fact, all the diags, if you watch my channel, all the diags I've done are done with this scanner, every single one. It's rare that you'll see anything or any work I've done that's not with this scanner, every single one, unless I was just doing a demonstration with, let's say,